Good morning. We're out on one of our projects in Spokane today. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the road. On this particular property, our customer bought the 5-acre plot that's the second one back. So we had to have an easement across the first 5 acres, which is owned by another person. And as part of the transaction to purchase the property, they were granted an easement to cross this property. So we have to build a road across it to get to their house. Now, in that, we did a feasibility study, and in our feasibility study, we ended up hiring a wetland specialist. That wetland specialist report provided us information to let us know that there is water that does want to move across the property, both properties, on a regular basis annually in the spring when the thaw comes, because there's hills all around us. It's very rocky, clayey ground around here, so the water wants to stay on the top and travel and not soak in like it does in other soil types. So with that said, we had to do a design here where we had multiple culverts. The customer on their property out there wanted a road to a house and a shop. The shop will be built in the future and is not really part of our contract, but the road into it and the building pad for it are. So in our planning and site plan and etc. for this project, we had to plan to bring the road in. We did that because of the soil conditions here, we used a big rock base, about 8 to 10 inch rock base. So when I say 8 to 10 inch, that varies quite a bit. That doesn't mean everything's between 8 and 10. There's rocks clear down to 3-4 inch size and all the way up to 12. They average that 8 to 10. And we have about a foot to a foot and a half of base of that large rock, over 12 feet wide, all the way through the easement and out to both their home location and to their shop location. Then we've capped that with about 6 inches of crushed rock, and together they create this sturdy road base that travels across this soil that we're concerned about. We had to put in multiple culverts, so with that we identified the path that the water naturally wants to travel, and anywhere the road was going to cross that path, we put in a culvert. So it's really hard to see from our view here, but about halfway across the easement, we had to put in a large culvert so that water could travel under the road there. And then when we broke onto our property owner's land, we crossed the low spot again going to their house and had to put in another culvert. And then as well, when we split off and went out to the shop, we crossed the low spot on the way out there and had to put in a culvert there. So all that's just that pre-planning to make sure that everything's going to work and your road is going to be built and stay there and not get washed out with the spring thaw, etc.